Okay, so I quickly want to just talk about the Dreaming Deep event and how it, in fact, did not save 2.3. You see, I made a video a while ago before the event came out. It looked pretty hopeful, at least, is what I would say. It looked a lot different than what we were playing, so I thought it could possibly be pretty fun. But it really isn't. I want to go through why. Now, this isn't a doom post. This isn't rage baiting. But I think the overall sentiment of this event is relatively the same for a lot of people. Sure, there's a good few people who are actually enjoying it, which is completely fine. So this whole event, right, is, I would describe repetitive bloat. And why is mainly because of this exploration. At first, think it's fine, but it's very long. Like, you could be in this for maybe like 30-40 minutes probably. It's not very fun. I mean, you got 2D explorations. Click here, collect there, you know, collect there. And I'm not sure if you need to collect everything, but that's just kind of what ends up happening. The more you do it, the more repetitive it feels. It's not very engaging, to be honest. Now, as for the gameplay side, it's okay. Like, I mean, at first it's very fun, but the more you do it again, it will end up feeling very repetitive. It really will. I will say the most enjoyable part of the fight is actually at the end, where you fight multiple bosses and stuff. That is very fun, but throughout the whole thing, when you're doing those little combat things here, it's pretty repetitive. But the boss fights are pretty okay. The gameplay portion is okay. For the most part, it just ends up feeling repetitive because how long this is and how much you're doing it. Now, let's talk about the other thing. I will fully admit my enjoyment of this is completely on my own self. The reading portion. I don't like reading all this, to be honest. I'm sure people who are actually reading this are actually enjoying it. But why don't I like reading this is a question. Well, for one, it's just text on the screen. There's not really a good presentation happening. It's not really fun to me, and I don't really want to bother reading it. Now, another thing with it is that, from what I've been told, is that the story and everything you read are just what ifs. They're not really canon. So I don't think it's really worth to do it. Right here is fine, to be honest, but sometimes have a lot of reading into them, and I just can't be bothered. I just want to get in, play the game. That's pretty much it. Again, that is completely on my fault. I just wish maybe the presentation was a little bit better. Again, for people that do read will find more enjoyment than I have. So I completely understand that. Now, let's talk about the other thing real quick. The rewards for it don't really make it all worth it. You get 600 Astrite, and you get a crownless skin. The crownless skin is cool, but 600 Astrite, you're going to be spending hours in this mode. This event really is not it. I'm going to be completely honest. I hate to be on the negative side, but like, it's just the truth. It has elusive realm elements, but it's nothing like elusive realm. What was special about elusive realm was the fact that you actually were in the areas exploring, choosing different domains to go through. The echo buffs and stuff that you could do were really cool. I will give Kuro the pass though, because although it is an anniversary patch, and it is kind of sad that this is going to go down of one of the worst patches we've ever had, I'm going to give them a pass just because they have been doing very well with other patches, and 2.4 is obviously going to be the real anniversary patch because it looks to have way more fun events. I mean, you got a whole new area to explore. It's much more packed, and it seems like it's going to be 10 times more enjoyable than this. You had this login event. You had this. I mean, it's cute. You go through like story moments, but they're cubes instead. It's cute. I'll give this one a pass, but it's nothing crazy. The main cube event, which I honestly think was the best event out of everything. The gameplay was fun. The cube story elements were fun. I actually read them, to be honest. It was very enjoyable because the presentation was there, and the gameplay portion was actually really good. The only problem is how short it lasted, to be honest, but maybe that's my fault for playing on it. But I think everyone can agree that it lasted for a very short amount of time. So, but again, the gameplay portion of it was amazing. You go through in co-op, especially if you wanted to, which I love co-op stuff. Fight enemies. They kind of implemented a like looter kind of style of of gameplay loop. You're getting there, you're trying to get these chests that drop like these buffs and stuff that you can equip on the cubes and stuff. I really hope they just expand on that idea for the future, because maybe you can have like some permanent co-op game mode where you know, there's like one part of it where you're farming, you're grinding with other co-op teammates, getting these perks and stuff, maybe for a character, and then you have the end game part of the mode. You use those perks and stuff for your character and actually do some kind of like hard challenge or something. I don't know, maybe a co-op hologram fight, co-op tower or something. I feel like they should definitely expand on that looter type idea. Overall, this is the best mode. I think this cube main event right here was the best, but Dreaming Deep is pretty mid. And then you got this login event, and then we had that cube race thing. I don't even know where that's at. That was also a login. Well, I don't even know if that was a login event. That event was the worst one because you had to bet like horses, but you only had a specific time frame to do that, so you more than likely missed out on a lot of periods where you could bet on these characters racing, like I did. I missed so many. I only did it once. And what happens then? You lose out on some ash, right? And it was nothing crazy. You just watched the cubes race. It was pretty mid. I'm not even gonna lie. So overall, the only two like actual interactable events that we had is this one and the main cube one. The main cube one was the best by far. Other than that, we had the Zani and Chikona story quests, which were absolutely amazing. Those were great. 1.2, there wasn't really much going on either, but I think 1.2 had Elusive Realm, like the actual one. So that's probably what carried 1.2. But 2.3 is definitely gonna go down as one of the worst patches, unfortunately. But Kuro definitely knows that we are very upset with this patch, and that is why I think 2.4 is as great as it's gonna be, especially for an anniversary. I don't think they're gonna do this for the second anniversary, because I'm sure they know very well that we're very disappointed with this patch as a whole. Yeah, just kind of wanted to make this video, honestly, just talk about my thoughts. Again, I'm not trying to like be a rage bait or a doom post, but that's all I'm saying. I'm just giving my opinion out there and saying the truth. And I think a lot of you can agree that this event and the rest of 2.3 has been quite cheeks, you know? Quite buns. I think the best part, honestly, was the hologram fights, the character stories. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let's stay cordial. I'm not trying to hate farm or anything. I'll see you wonderful people in the next one. Bye-bye.